Welcome to the third episode of 2 Weeks at a Time, where I go through my life as a filmmaker and the lessons that I've learned along the way. So episode 3 of 2 Weeks at a Time. I'd be curious to know, do you enjoy more what I have been doing or the lessons that I've learned? Leave me a comment down below and let me know, because I don't want to rush through what I've been doing if that's the part you find interesting. Actually, the lessons that you learn are only really interesting to me. So compared to last week, it was pretty quiet, but now it's gone crazy again, and I've had quite a few shoots. So I've been doing my usual podcast editing, I've filmed YouTube videos, I've also been finalising the touches to my own course, which is releasing this week when I'm filming this, but last week if you're watching this. It depends when you're watching it, of course. Other than that, I've filmed someone else's course, I've had a meeting with a potential new client, and also I've shot some more ads, which I'm really pleased about. And I've also got a shoot in 2 days' time. Whether that goes ahead, you'll know, because I'll place some footage here. And if not, something else will come up, I guess. So the first lesson is block the light. I said I shot someone else's course and we were limited in terms of the location, and we just had the one room to film in. And the best angle was with the window to the talent's right. And for the first part of the day, I thought it looked pretty good. And it's nice soft light, it was very consistent. And then midday came, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, but the sun completely came in the window and not ruined the shot, because the person's face is still exposed nicely and it didn't impact them, but you can see in the background in the curtains, and I'll put a picture up here, it just kind of doesn't look as professional in my opinion. So in hindsight, I would have completely tried to block the light. Like I say, that was the most suitable location in that room. So other than having blackout blinds, which they didn't have, there wasn't a lot I could really do. But what I should have done was probably factored in that would happen, and then maybe take a break or take lunch during that period. So lesson learned, if you can block the light out, light it from scratch, if you're going to have an inconsistent day in terms of light. It was really kind of patchy clouds, and so it was just shining in and out, but what can you do? So the second lesson is practice makes perfect. So again, this is another boring one, like, save for a rainy day. Yeah, good one, Rob. But I've noticed as my kind of career goes on, and the more I practice, the better it gets. By no means is it phenomenal, but it's definitely better than it was before. And one thing I actually quite like to do is look back on some of my old footage, and my initial reaction is cringe, like, oh my God, I can't believe I made that. I can't believe someone paid for that. But what you got to think is, if I think that's bad now, that was the best I could do at that time. And so you think, I must have learned a lot between now and then if I thought that was bad, and now I think the current work that I do is unacceptable. And I'm sure in 5 years' time, I'll look back at the work I'm doing now and probably these YouTube videos and cringe and want to delete them. But you need to kind of take a step back and think, actually, I've grown a lot since then. I've learned a lot since then. And I think the biggest impact, I think for me, if I could go back and tell myself 5 years ago, focus on these things, is, well, story, we know that's obvious. You can't carry a film without a good story. But lighting makes such a difference. I was so caught up on thinking, I need to get the latest camera, and that's what's going to make my work look much better. And my lighting knowledge has got better. Again, it's not great, but that has improved my footage over anything. Yes, I've got an L lens. Yes, I'm filming in a GH5, but the GH5 is, I think it was released 2017, but it still shoots lovely 4K video. And I look back to when I first got the GH5 and was filming, and the footage looked okay, but the footage was great. Lighting looks so much better, and it's made me think I'll invest in lenses and lighting and audio before I then change my camera. Until it's holding me back, I'm going to keep that one. And speaking of lenses, I've actually just bought a new lens which is coming soon, so I'll probably talk about that in the next episode of 2 Weeks at a Time. So it's not sexy to say I'm going to practice my lighting or going to practice audio or something like that, but those are the things that are going to make the difference. And if you don't believe me, there is a great quote from Bruce Lee, which I need to look at now. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. And I just think that's such a good quote. Practice makes perfect. Keep going. If you think it's not working, just keep going. It will get better, and you'll look back at your old work and think, what the hell was I doing? And then hopefully in 5 years' time, you'll look back at the work you're doing now and think, I can do so much better. So as I said earlier, let me know what you want to see on 2 weeks at a time. Do you want to know the technical aspects of what I shot in the past 2 weeks, or do you want to know the lessons? Let me know. Or do you want to mix? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time on 2 weeks at a time, and I'll see you next week on another video. The kind of everything that I gained from, fuck's sake. Fucking hell. So as I said, let me know earlier. What the fuck are you saying? Thank fuck for that.